Weird Realities explores the paranormal, preternatural, and supernatural worlds that surround us. Here we delve into those topics that challenge us to think outside the limitations of realism, where we test the boundaries of imagination and are forced to think outside the confines and restrictions of what is normal. We are the creators, the writers, the artists, and the insane. Welcome to our Weird Realities.
Good evening, Weirdites. We're here tonight. Hadley couldn't make it, so I'm taking over the role of Hadley. So I'm Scadley. Please join us. We have the indomitable, the one and only Rich Restucci, a fellow New Englander. We have the man with the plan, Alan Gamboa.
Evening.
And of course, there's me tonight, Mr. Crossdresser. I'm taking over the role both of Scott and Hadley, but I'm not going to take the wig on and off. So, for those of you that are still here and haven't tuned out, please, before we begin, hit subscribe, hit like. We're going to have a great show tonight. We have two great movies, but I will now turn it over to the man, Alan.
Hey Scott. Yeah. So, how's that Budweiser Light doing?
Oh, much better than White Claw.
I like your highlights. You're looking rather dapper.
Yes, my sister wanted to put on lipstick on me, but I was like, no.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
And before anybody says, oh my God, you look ugly, we don't know what Hadley looks like. So just remember that. This could be an exact representation. So.
Well, you need to do an accent. That's what you need to do. You need to do
one of Southern.
Do a bit of a Southern accent.
Oh. There you go. You nailed it. That sounded just. Hold on. Let me close my eyes. Okay, do it again.
God, I thought it was her. Wow.
Just do a little bit of a Southern accent. Oh, you're special.
There we go. Sorry, Hadley. You've been replaced by Scott Baker.
Scadley.
Oh, you've been replaced by Scadley.
Or if people find this attractive, I'll just change my name to Hot.
So. Yeah. Can't replace the boss.
No, we can't.
No. Good evening to Tony I, Mike Lewis, and Landa Saldana so far. Oh,
and my sister.
There you go. Hey, Hope. Thanks for joining us. Bet you never thought you'd have another sister. So tonight, Hadley cannot join us, so we have Scadley up there. And we've got two Netflix originals, Bird Box Barcelona, and Extraction 2. And they're both, new flicks. So I'm not going to describe them tonight. One of you guys get each movie. Because I just tripped on my tongue just saying that.
That's okay.
So what movie do we want to go first?
We do Bird Box first.
Okay. And who wants to do that?
I'll do it.
All right. Great.
Wow. Did I just step up twice in one second?
You did. Good job.
So Bird Box Barcelona is a recent 2023 release, which transpires concurrently with the original Sandra Bullock movie. It stars a bunch of Spanish people you don't know because it's a Spanish film. This is an apocalyptic film, and that's what drew me to it. The plot is more or less the same as the original, with creatures who are able to make you commit suicide if you see them. The only defense people have is to not look at the creatures, so everybody runs around with blindfolds on, except one dude who dug his eyes out. No respect. Certain people who already had bottled up bad thoughts or intentions are immune to the creature's suicide suggestions, but the rub is that they are manipulated by the critters to track down survivors and make them look, ultimately making the survivors kill themselves. So they're bad guys. This would have been an excellent addition to the Bird Box world, but the simple fact is the film screwed up from the get-go. You find out almost immediately that the main character, Sebastian, is one of the bad guys, and his kid, who he talks to and listens to, was killed months before, and the creatures are using the memory of her to make the guy kill people. He has to fill his quota of making survivors look at the creatures, and then he can join his little girl, in the rapture. What a crock of shit, really. Had that been a later reveal, like toward the end of the film, my entire outlook on this movie would have changed.
Oh, hold on, Rich. Rich. I can't speak.
You okay, buddy?
Spoiler alert. There we go. Spoiler alert.
No, that isn't a spoiler.
Plug your fingers in.
It's not. No, because you find that out almost immediately. It's 8 minutes in, I think, you find out that this guy is who he is. So it's not. And I have notes here, and I was gonna say that. Here they are, right here. You're thinking that I've wrecked it for you, but the simple fact is, 10 minutes in, you know the deal, and the deal sucks. In addition, all right, so this is a spoiler alert if you want to plug your ears. There are 2 German shepherds in the film, also wearing blindfolds, and I will tell you straight up, this asshole gets them both murdered. We don't do dead dogs here at Watching Wyrd. F these a-holes in their stupid dog murdering movie. I won't wreck any more of the film just in case you're okay with dog killers and you want to watch them die. That's on you. Pull the dog death and have the reveal at the end of the movie, not 10 seconds in, and this film wouldn't suck. The film is written and directed by those Spanish Pastor brothers, and they've done other dystopian and apocalyptic films such as The Carriers and The Last Days. And I will say that the apocalyptic city setting is pretty nifty, but there's nothing really fresh from the last film to this one. I'm thinking everybody's going to like this movie, but it just pissed me off the way they did the bad guy so early.
Yeah,
there are contributing factors to a better film later on in the movie, but it's just wrecked it for me to the point where I was like, wait, what? Really? There's a bus scene early on, and it was very frustrating because I'm like, what is he doing? And then you find out real fast what I may have wrecked for you. But like I said, that's 8 minutes, 9 minutes into the film, so it's not really a terrible reveal. What did you guys think? Did you guys like it? I know Scott liked it. I can see by the blondness of his head that he liked this movie.
Well, hold on, Scott, because I think you liked it.
I did.
I am with you, Rich. I thought, why was this movie made? Really, it just rehashed what was going on, and it opened up more to what these things were, maybe, that these people see. And the twist of the good guy being the bad guy, that kind of got me. It's like, and then you didn't really care about him. You really didn't care. You were pissed at him because he was going to these various groups of people and then getting them killed, on purpose. Because he could see, like in the original movie, some people could see whatever they are, and they became these agents of chaos. It didn't affect them as far as making them kill themselves, but they would go after other people. So I did like that bus scene where there's that group of people and they're sleeping on the bus, and then he drives the bus out of it's a big ass warehouse apparently, because it takes 8 minutes at least for us to get out, and it's a frustrating scene because you like some of these characters. These people are really nice at bringing them in, and then he gets them all killed, and then he goes to this other group, and proceeds to do the same thing. And it just, the need for this movie is just, I don't know. I want to watch it just because I like the first one. Yeah. So. And this one just added nothing really new. It's a Spanish film, and the female, the Brit that's in it with that last group, she was in that movie Barbarian. She was the lead in Barbarian.
Oh yeah.
The one where what's his name? Justin Long's got to drink milk from the hairy titty lady. Yeah. So I just didn't care for this too much. It was like, I don't know. I really didn't care for it.
No, I just couldn't get past the fact they ruined it 5 minutes in.
They did.
That could have easily been like a 45-minute in reveal, and I won't wreck it for everyone else, but what happens later with him is much better than what happened at the beginning. And had they given that reveal later on, like, holy crap, he's the bad guy, that would have been great. But it was like right away, and so immediately you're like, well, he's just an asshole.
I will give you, the apocalyptic setting was good. They did really well with that.
Exactly. And I did mention that. I was like, I thought they did really well with the cityscape, the apocalyptic cityscape. And it was more so than, the last Bird Box, because the last Bird Box with Sandra Bullock, they were out in the woods and walking around and stuff like that for most of it, small towns. But this was right in Barcelona. It was in the city.
Yeah. Kevin Jackson is Tina tonight. That's Tina. She's on Kevin's YouTube. She didn't like it either. We watched it and it's like, just added nothing new to it.
Tina and Bethany have shown up. Max is here.
Hey, Max.
Hey, just for the record, Max puts his toilet paper on the wrong way. Max puts his toilet paper on as a mullet instead of a beard.
But you know what? The good thing is now we know Max uses toilet paper.
Yeah. Well, an excellent point. Unless maybe he was just making that up.
I don't know. I had doubts, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm. All right, Scott, hit us.
You two didn't like this. Oh, bless your hearts.
That looked good.
I actually really enjoyed this movie. I like the fact that they came out in the very beginning and said he was the bad guy, because now you get to see the whole long him struggling with what at first he's not struggling. Then eventually he gets to that point where he starts, and we all know the scene, once who have seen the movie. I liked it. And I liked the fact that the cult aspect to it. The guy that the leader of those who could see, that took it upon himself that this was an act of God. And that, God gave them the ability to see these things and to spread it to everybody else. I thought it was, to me, I think I would have been more disappointed, because if they'd done it 45 minutes into the movie, he wouldn't have had time to redeem himself. And then they would have had to kill him. Doing it early, though I will admit that scene in the bus terminal just kind of like, okay, why is he doing this? Yeah. And why is it taking so long to get across a bus terminal?
Yeah.
And how did he defeat the entire bus with a spoon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There is no spoon. Yeah. That was a frustrating scene.
The post-apocalyptic stuff was great. I love the fact that you never see these creatures. That all you see is the stuff rising from the ground. It gives an aspect. I think if you saw them, it would have ruined the movie. And the dogs, though, kind of threw me, because I don't remember from the first movie animals being affected by this.
I don't either. I don't remember that either.
But I think they had to have the dogs blindfolded for the dramatic effect. But
it affected them. I mean, that one dog killed itself.
Yeah.
So, and the other dog you just heard whimpering and crying. So I was like, no, I'm done. I hate these. I hate this movie.
No, I thought it was better than I expected it would be. Because I started out thinking, well, what are they going to do? Just a Spanish version of Bird Box in Barcelona? But I like the twist to it. I did think it was really good. Thought it was well plotted out. I love that the cultist, the preacher guy. I mean, he was just a great bad guy. I enjoyed it. I really liked it. I would probably watch it again. And I think Hallie would agree with me, because Scott, he's just a dog.
I mean, the setting, in Barcelona, it was really cool, but it just didn't move anything forward. I mean, I don't know, Scott. I disagree with you. But I think that bus scene was frustrating. Every bus flying around, and then why is he like you said? Why is he doing it? And then, bam, okay, he's one of them. He can see. He's a seer or whatever they call him. So then I was like, okay, I don't care.
The dog whimpering was Fred, and Fred did not see the movie. Mike, Fred did not see the movie because he napped through the whole thing. So.
No, but Bethany does bring up a good point. It was both. There was one scene where, I don't want to wreck it for anybody, but the dog scene, suffice it to say, was a scene I didn't care for. But yes, Bethany is right. There was a whimpering dog, and it was so that the guy whose dogs they were, the owner of the dogs, would take his mask, his blindfold off, and look for the dogs. That was the whole point. because these creatures have they have some kind of mental telepathy where they can make you think or believe or hear whatever they want you, whatever would hurt you the most, so that you'll look at them and then you kill yourself.
Yeah, and
and I like putting it in the city because it brought a whole new terror dimension to it. You know, I think the actors did a great actor and actresses did a great scene trying to negotiate through a city, not knowing, was there a car in front of them, a manhole, where was the building, how are you going to find a building that's got painted glass? You know, every once in a while somebody would be like, oh shit, and they'd like look up to see what was going on. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very well done, and I thought it was a different take on the original Bird Box, which is what I liked.
So are they going to make it Bird Box Bora Bora next?
Yeah. Oh, Bora Bora! I'll go make that movie.
I mean, Bird Box Barcelona. Who knew? You know. But I was surprised when it came out. I didn't even know it was coming out. It's like, bang.
Yeah, I heard rumors about it, but.
Oh. Well, what do we rate this apocalyptic gem, Rich?
All right, so I'll give it 2 stars because of the apocalyptic setting, but then it's going to lose a half a star for dog murders. So it's getting 1.5 from me. Don't kill dogs.
Don't kill dogs. Scott.
I'm giving it a 4. And while I agree, I don't like seeing animals die in a movie. It was necessary in this, and you don't see them die. So that sort of, you got the point across without having to do it. So I'm giving it a 4.
You know, you kind of look like Ruth Buzzy or something in that.
Phyllis Diller.
I'm going to give it a 2.5. I won't watch it again.
Nope.
Nah. It just didn't grab me. And that twist, the plot twist would have been cool, I think, if they did it a little differently. I mean, it was like, oh, okay, but you didn't care about the dude. You know, you just wanted him to die. Yeah. Just let it go, Ash. Just let it go.
Thank you, Hope.
I guess Hadley's been replaced.
Yes.
We need the boss.
Okay, so we're going to move on to Extraction 2. Scott.
I had never heard of this movie. I saw that I first watched the first one, and I joked with the guys that Chris Hemsworth is the star. He's the Secret Service. He's the Navy SEAL who undertakes these rogue missions. And I joked in the first one, I just don't understand why he didn't use his hammer to kill everyone. First one was good. I like the second one a lot better. He is sent in the primary drug lord in Bangladesh kidnaps the son of the primary drug lord in, I can't remember if it was India or Pakistan, and is holding him hostage. So they go to Chris Hemsworth. And his team and ask, will you go in and get this kid out for us? They're going to pay him this ridiculous sum of money. There is something really awesome about that later. They go in, they try to extract the kid, and as in every good type of extraction movie, something gets foobad. And Chris Hemsworth gets stuck in Bangladesh with the kid trying to get his way out. The best way to describe this, I was thinking about this today. If we're going to call John Wick gun porn, this is 1980s gun porn. There's a small storyline. There's a small plot to it that ties it all together. But it was great. Chris Hemsworth does a great action sequence. There's tons of gunfire. There's a lot of physical fighting. In this one, I liked it better because in the first one, he was fighting just local people. This time, he's fighting trained warlord fighters. And it was one of those type of movies. I loved it because it was like 15 minutes of action. Then you get 5 to 10 minutes where you do character and plot development. 15 minutes of action. 5 to 10 minutes of plot. Gosh, I am me. I think Fred's afraid. He doesn't recognize me. It was most of the movie was gun action. There was probably as much, if not more, gun action than in the last John Wick movie. So I loved it. I think it was great. I loved the first one. I would watch it. I'd watch the first one, then the second, and I hope they do a third.
Rich?
I'm with Scott on this one. I thought it was pretty good. There was a lot of action. I like the prison scenes. Go figure. But like right up front, the prison scenes were really good. I like the way that they did that. I like the team. I like the dynamic of the team. His team. I wasn't crazy about the whole I'm super injured, I need to get out of this, and then he gets back into it thing. That's just kind of that's an overplayed trope.
Right.
And that's how this gets. It's not like that's a spoiler because he's in the movie, shooting everybody up. So
a blouse. That's a blouse.
So yeah, I liked it. I thought it was really good, and one of my friends had described it as a not as good John Wick, and it's true. That's exactly what it was. Scott called it gun porn. I gotta say, yeah, with that too, it really is. There's a couple of really cool scenes. Was he a Chechnyan mob boss?
Yeah, Chechnyan. Yeah.
When they're in the tower and they're fighting, and the scene on the glass outcropping, that was pretty cool. I like that the way they did that. That said, I thought it could have been acted better. Chris Hemsworth did okay, but I think and his buddy did okay, but I thought the Chechnyan warlord guy was just a bit over the top and kind of just a dick, just a pain in the ass. I mean, more so than being a bad guy. He was just like, I'm gonna be a bad guy to be a bad guy. It's just there's no need. Those guys are out for money until you kill their brother, and then they get really mad. But yeah, it was just I thought he overacted the part, and the brother and sister team, they were good. They weren't great. They were okay. I'm going to rate this movie higher than it sounds, but I mean, it was good, and it was a good second addition to the first one.
Yeah.
So I think I did not watch the second one again, but I have watched the first one again, but I have watched it twice in the past year. So this is a movie that I think I will watch again and probably soon, just to see anything I missed.
Yeah.
What did you think, Big Mike?
This is a popcorn movie. It's strictly a popcorn movie. The first one, ends, if you haven't seen the first one, stick your fingers in your ear for a second. It ends with him, you're thinking he's dead, but then it shows a character in the background. Like I think that's going to happen to John Wick on the next one. But anyway, so you kind of think maybe he survived, but maybe he didn't, because that was a good ending, him dying, you thinking he died,
Yeah.
But Netflix got huge ratings for the first one. Rightly so. I mean, it was a fun action flick.
Yeah, it's a good flick.
And you had what's his name from Stranger Things that played his buddy in there that betrayed him. I can't think of that guy's name, but he's great. He really added to the first one, his character. Of course, you can't bring him back. The second one was a lot of fun. I mean, it had bigger action scenes, with the train and the helicopters and all that stuff, And like you said, Rich, the acting was okay. It's better than a few of the movies I watched this week, but it wasn't great. This was directed by Captain America's Chris Evans stunt double.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was in the first one. Do you remember the sniper that's on their team that gets killed when they're trying to extract him off the boat?
Yeah.
That's the director. That guy was the director. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
He directed this one, and the Russo brothers are the guys that did the Captain America movies, the Avenger movies. They're the ones that produced this thing. So they're big action like that. It's worth seeing. I'll watch it again. I think I liked it probably a little better than you did. I liked that Idris Elba had a couple of good scenes in it.
Yeah.
Heimdall and Thor together again.
Right.
and they opened it up for a third one. So Netflix knows where the money is sometimes, and I think they're going to milk this till there's no more milk in the tea.
And let me correct something. I described the plot of the first movie with capturing the drug lord. In this one, his ex-wife asks him to go in and break out her sister, who's stuck in jail being abused by a warlord that was placed in jail and is not getting out for 10 years. And he's an asshole. So
But, yeah. And his ex-wife is, what's her name? She's in a lot of action movies.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Olga, what's her?
Kuryenko.
Kuryenko. Yeah.
And
So
what I also liked about this is even when in the middle of an intense fight scene, there's humor.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard at the two scenes in the gym, and if you watch the movie, you'll know exactly which ones I'm talking about.
Yeah, was that in Dubai? That fight, that hotel scene? Where
I
was
think
it?
it was. Yeah,
In Dubai.
I think it was. It kind of looked like it.
I mean, they wiped out that police force that came. I mean, they just wiped them out. They didn't know what they were coming into. You know, those scenes are pretty cool action scenes. You know.
Well, that's what I liked about it. Whereas the first one were just drug dealers. You know, the mercs of a drug deal. This one, it was an organized, well-trained, well-equipped gang that he was going after. So I don't know what they're going to do for the third one, but I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I don't know, but you know they're planning that one. They definitely left it open with Idris Elba showing up and doing that. So it was a good flick. So
and also, you know, the money they spent on that movie for Netflix. I mean, that looked like something that was Hollywood quality.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, you could tell the train scene was, a lot of it was CGI, but it looked good.
Yeah.
You know,
they spent a lot of money on it.
Yeah, I mean, because you look at CGI nowadays and you think it would be seamless, but I just watched that Flash movie, and I think, have you guys seen that one yet? The Flash. Yeah. The CGI is awful in that. It's terrible. And you know, all that money they spent on that movie, and the CGI just, I don't know what it is. I think they can get away with it, you know, because some of the early Avenger movies, they had really good CGI. But then when you got to, like, I think it was Endgame, the last one, the CGI was starting to get wonky, you know, and then after that, I think they just don't give a shit about us.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, everybody's going to pay to see it.
Yeah.
So they don't have to spend a lot of money on it.
Yeah. You know, they can almost do Sci-Fi Channel CGI effects.
Londa, yes. Fred is trying to play with Archer, and Archer, who usually plays with them, doesn't want it tonight. So if you get bored with us, just watch the two of them in the background.
It's the wig, Karen. It's throwing them off.
Yeah.
The vibe is weird in your place right now, Scott.
I know.
You better go have a Tecate and knock yourself back to normal.
Oh, no, I'm just going to have a mint julep.
Yeah, that's what Hadley probably does all day long. She just sits around and sips mint juleps, y'all.
You know, I'm gonna get an email from her tonight. She's gonna tear me to shreds.
Yes, it is.
So, what do we rate this Netflix original?
All right, Scott, you go first.
4.75. It was fun. It was a fun movie. It was worth every minute watching it. I'm glad it was 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Well, you big guy.
I'll give it a solid, hard 4. A rigid 4.
A rigid 4. I as well will give it a 4. There were some things that I would have changed, but overall, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I liked it. And like I said, it's a movie I'm going to watch again. So.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's one of those movies you get excited about because Netflix is like a graveyard right now of movies. Yeah. There's really nothing new popping up that interests me.
Right.
You know?
There's a ton of new stuff, and it's all foreign. Like 70% of it is foreign. I mean, Netflix is really reaching out into these the foreign market, and they must be raking money in because there's so much. One of our movies was a foreign movie. You know, it is what it is. I mean, power to them if they can rake in that that business and get it like that, such that they're getting quality film.
Yeah.
Train to Busan, this thing. There's so many things they can do.
I'm going to be nice, Londo. I'm going to channel Hadley and not Scott on that one.
We'll leave that where it lies.
Well, there's another Korean zombie movie coming out in the next few months. I can't remember the name of it. Plus, I think they're doing like a survival series with zombies.
Yep. Yes, they are.
Like a reality show.
Well, there's a manga out right now. It's called Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead.
Yes.
Something like that. And it's actually Japanese. And I've seen the first 3 episodes, and it's pretty good. It's about a kid. Zombie apocalypse happens, and this kid works for one of the Japanese exploitation companies. And all of a sudden, he realizes, hey, I don't have to go to work because he hates his job, and he's basically a slave. And he's like, this is great. I don't have to go to work. So he makes a bucket list of 100 things he wants to do before he gets turned into a zombie. Watch the first 3 episodes. There's something weird about it where there's a lot of blood everywhere because zombie apocalypse, but the blood is multicolored paint. It's weird. It's got to be something to do with his his psyche, the kid's psyche, that he doesn't want to see the blood, so he sees paint. But they are making a full length live action film of this, and I think it comes out like August 3rd or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's imminent. It's next week, the week after, something like that. So that's something we can put on the list.
Well, also, plus you've also got coming out in the next 2 months, The Exorcist, the sequel, The Nun, the Voyage of the Demeter, whatever. That's not the name of it. And God, there's another one that's coming out. I can't think of the name of it, but it looks like there's some good movies coming out.
Yeah, that Last Voyage of the Demeter or Demeter? What's it?
Yeah, Demeter. I think
it looks good. It really looks good. And it's
got Dracula movie.
Huh?
You're talking about Demeter, the Dracula boat?
Yeah, it's the whole story about when they leave Romania. I'm posting tomorrow the new it's like a 2-minute movie preview. Oh my God, it looks fantastic.
It looks good. It's got the dude from Dog Soldiers, the bad guy from Dog Soldiers, Liam Cunningham. He's in it. I think he plays the captain of the ship. And it looks good. It looks really good.
It does.
So I'm looking forward to seeing that one. I watched. So have you guys seen anything worth sharing?
Yeah, that Zom 100 thing was pretty good. The Witcher started again today.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get to see it yet. I got home a little late and whatever. But that's out. Twisted Metal starts today.
Ooh.
I actually, after I had talked to you guys, an hour ago, I ran upstairs and made some quick dinner, and I watched the first 15 minutes of the first episode of Twisted Metal. Anthony Mackie is the star, and they're shooting for comedy on this one for sure.
Okay.
I mean, it's a bloodbath, but they're absolutely shooting for comedy.
What's it about?
So it's apocalypse, and there's walled cities, and everybody in the walled city are, depending on the city, can be these rich people, and then the smaller towns that are walled in. Everybody outside that's left outside are criminals, thieves, murderers, whatever. Anthony Mackie is, they call him a milkman. He's a driver, and he takes packages from city to city or city to town, whatever, medication, drugs, dog food, whatever they need. It's based on an old video game that was actually kind of fun. And in the video game, and there's an allusion to the video game in the first 5 minutes of the movie or 5 minutes of the show. The video game is about driving around in different cars and just killing everybody else that's in another car. You get better weapons, you get guns on your car and stuff like that. It was pretty interesting game. And tow trucks, ice cream trucks. There's an evil clown. So I'm guessing they're going to do that with this.
Yeah, they got somebody to voice that evil clown. I'm trying to think who it was. Some big name.
Yeah, it's not Jason Bateman. It's the guy that looks like Jason Bateman. It's not Sudeikis. God damn it, Alan. Now I gotta look it up.
Sorry. It looks good. I'm gonna have to. Got some stuff to watch now. Scott, how about you?
I've been watching Tacoma Fire Department. I love it.
Love that.
What We Do in the Shadows. It's fun vampires, but the Miracle Workers 4th season, they do a post-apocalyptic environment.
Oh, cool.
And it's just bizarre. It's like they walk into the town and there's the Thunderdome right in the middle, but now it's become like a garbage spot. So they clean it up to try to get the whole thing is about the guy and the girl meet out in the apocalyptic wasteland, fall in love, get married, and now they want to move into the big city to start their life as a normal couple. And Buscemi's in it. I mean, I'll watch anything with Buscemi. He's fantastic.
What is this? What show is this?
This is the Miracle Workers.
It was a TBS show.
Okay. I think it is.
Yeah.
And every year they've done something different. The first year, Buscemi was God and was going to destroy the world, and they talked him out of it. The second year, it was medieval. I can't remember what last year was the Oregon Trail. And this year, it's all post-apocalyptic. Yeah.
So Rich, I take it you looked it up. Whose voice is it?
I couldn't find it.
Okay.
I didn't want to get away from the show too far.
Yeah, sorry. So we have Max finished Silo, and he said it's pretty awesome. Mike Lewis says The Lincoln Lawyer is a pretty good series. I tried to watch that. I just couldn't get through his ex-wife. His ex-wife's character just turned me off from the series. I guess I shouldn't be so shallow, but she was grating on me. I've been watching.
Will Arnett.
Huh?
It's Will Arnett.
Will Arnett. Okay. Not huge, but okay. Will Arnett.
I actually watched Silo too. I thought it was pretty good.
I haven't seen it yet.
What's Silo about?
It's about a silo, actually, and people have been living in the silo for a couple of 100 years. Nobody knows why they're in the silo, but if you go outside, you die.
I'm gonna watch it.
It's a punishment. The ultimate punishment is to go outside and clean. And what you do is you go outside and you clean the front of the. There's a little camera that can show you outside. It's apocalyptic.
Okay.
So it's about life in the silo.
And it was written. I can't think of the guy's name that wrote it, but he was an indie writer. And that Silo series hit big in the indie world.
It's a good show. I never read the book, but it's a good show.
Yeah. But not Nev Campbell, Max. Not Nev Campbell, the other one, the blonde ex-wife or whatever.
Where is where can I find Silo?
Apple TV.
I think it's Apple TV.
I don't have Apple.
You know what they say about Apple? Apple day, keep the doctor away. And that blouse off you.
When the show's done, I'll take it off slowly.
Sweet. Maybe we can get more cool. Maybe we get more ratings that way, Scott. Maybe do it slow. People stay and watch longer. I'm watching.
I think Hadley would be upset if, our biggest watches now became OnlyFans.
I'm watching City Primeval, which is the Justified knockoff reboot or whatever. Hey, Whitney, it's not that good. I watch it because I like that character of Raylan the Marshal, but it's just not as good as the original series. And things never are. If they rebooted Firefly, it wouldn't be as good as we remembered it.
No,
not that we wouldn't watch it.
Oh, I watch every episode.
Yeah,
either way, it could be as good.
Yeah, but
we just can't go home again.
We lost one of the best actors in that, Alan. Oh no, not Alan Tudyk.
Well,
Ron Glass.
Oh, Ron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Alan Tudyk died in the show. Not I'm blonde.
But City Primeval, it's on Hulu. If you like Justified, watch it. It's just not as good as the original. And if you guys haven't watched Justified, you should watch it. It's a great series. Character development in it is awesome. They got so many different bad guys that are just hilarious. It's just great.
I still haven't seen it. That's one of the ones that I need to watch. I thought I had watched it, but I hadn't.
Well, the good thing about it, Rich, I think it's like 5 or 6 seasons long, but it's not like Supernatural, where there's
30 seasons.
50 seasons and 30 episodes a season or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, So there's a lot to watch for you people that are watching stuff. Sounds like. So I might check.
Have you guys watched The Witcher?
Yes.
No. Are you caught up?
But is it justified?
But is it justified?
I don't know her. Yeah, we're caught up to the new part. I didn't know it was in half. So the way it ended, I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then they're gonna bring in Liam Hemsworth to,
Well, so Cavill's in the rest of this season. I think there's another 6 episodes, maybe.
Oh, good.
And he's gonna finish this season, but then he's out.
That's too bad.
That I thought he was gonna go play. He left to go play Superman, and then they canceled all of the older DC characters. But that's not what happened. I guess he got pissy at the end of the first season because the second season was going away from the stories, the books, and so he brought that up. And at the end of the second season, he said, "All right, we got to do it this way," and they were like, "Okay, we'll do it that way." And then the writers came out and they said, "Yeah, we just think the books suck. We're not going to do that." And he's like, "See ya," and he left. So that's why Hemsworth is going to do it.
Yeah.
So I was way off on that. Oh, wait.
Well, Scott,
we'll have a beauty contest some night.
Well, you seem more gentle than Cecil, so.
That's my Southern upbringing.
Well, I'm glad he's finishing off this season at least. And I guess, he's a real big fan of the Witcher books and games and all that.
Yeah.
So I also heard, Rich, that there was something about The Rock was trying to make a bigger imprint into DC, and that's why they used Henry Cavill as a way to get rid of The Rock, somehow leveraging his Superman or something, him come back as Superman.
He wanted, Black Adam to be a larger portion of the DC universe. And the thing is, Black Adam had his own DC spinoffs and stuff like that. He was never huge, not like Superman or Batman or something like that.
Well, and that movie's not that good.
No, it's not.
And The Rock playing a superhero, that's not really. He plays a superhero in all his movies.
Yeah.
He's smashing two guys' heads together, throwing them.
We need to see him as a bad guy.
Yeah.
We need to see Dwayne Johnson as a bad guy, like a
Doom
gang type of guy, or a mob boss or something like that.
He could have been, Kang the Hunter. Yeah, he could have been Kang the Hunter.
Yeah, exactly. He could have played Kang.
Yeah.
The guy who played Kang did all right. He did okay.
I am not a DC Universe fan. I don't watch any of the movies. The only one I watched was Wonder Woman, and that was only for Gal Gadot. I'm a Marvel fan. That's why I'm not going to watch The Flash. I'm not going to watch. I haven't seen half the Batman movies.
You really Batman? I am Batman. You don't watch? Man, I love Batman. I love Batman movies. I really do.
They're pretty good.
Michael Keaton's still my man.
Yes,
but I love Batman movies. Man, Christian Bale did great.
I loved what Adam West said once. He's the only Batman that never had to say, "I'm Batman."
Yeah, but he's the one. He does a tattoozy or whatever.
Oh God, I know he was so great. It's a shame we lost him.
I remember watching that episode when I was in grade school, but I think it was a rerun. But still, it's funny.
No, see, I don't watch a lot of new shows. If I'm not watching something for this or like one of the few shows I love going back and watch the old movies.
Hey, can you
60s, 70s. I found like on YouTube the old British series, The Quartermass Experiment, that they eventually made the movies out of. I'm going to start watching those tonight.
Wow. There's a good suggestion right there. Can you all just review all the 90 Day Fiancé franchises? Those are wild.
I have no idea what that is. What is that?
They're shows that make you your IQ drop more after you watch them. Yeah, I wish they'd do the DC Dark Universe live action with Constantine and
Batman that just kills everybody.
Yeah.
Well, I always got the kick. I don't remember which movie it is, that in one of the movies, Batman's parents are Negan and Maggie.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what one is it?
Did anybody watch the Walking Dead Dead City?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you guys like it?
So it's exactly the same formula as the Walking Dead once they hit Terminus, which is the same as Fear the Walking Dead, which is the same as whatever the one was with the kids in it. It is superior group of bad guys subjugates the good guys. Some of the good guys get killed. Rest of the season is that until the good guys fight back and win and beat the bad guys, and then it's rinse and repeat. And oh, there's a zombie over there. Look at that. That type of thing. There are a lot more of the undead in this than in the other Walking Dead things. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to miss an episode. I love all of that stuff, but the formula needs to change because since season 4 of The Walking Dead, the zombies have not been the antagonists. It's always the bad guys that are the bad guys, and they're always human. And you just need that. That needs to change because it's not scary. The first season of The Walking Dead was friggin' terrifying.
Yeah.
Like every episode, you're like, "Holy crap, what's going to go on now?" And now you're like, "Yeah, there's a bad guy. He's going to do this, and then he does that." And is that a zombie? No, that's not a zombie. Oh wait, there's one over there. That type of thing. You just don't. There's no fear. You're never afraid.
It's interesting enough, this one, but not like you said. It's the same formula.
Yeah, formulaic. They all are.
And Negan's a good character.
That's the only reason I watched it. I'm not watching the one with Reedus or Rick and Michonne.
I might watch Rick and Michonne just to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Yeah,
but I don't know about the reader. I mean, what's he doing in France, man?
I don't know.
I saw the end.
Yes,
that end part. Yeah, but how's he gonna get? You know what I mean? How's he gonna?
Yeah, it is what it is. He's got to ride his bike.
He's gonna ride his bike. There'll be a lot of rifles around there.
He's going to get a boat. He's clearly going to get some kind of ship and get over there. But then this is for all our massive number of fans. If you guys haven't seen the end of what was that called? World Beyond. World Beyond. Yeah. You do not need to watch any of that show at all, except for the after credit scene. At the end of the last show. You got to watch that. In fact, if you're not doing anything, I would Google that right now. You can find it on YouTube. They have that. The after credit scene for
The World Beyond, Walking Dead
World Beyond. So if they incorporate that into whatever this Norman Reedus show is going to be, that has the potential to be absolutely terrifying because it'll be very new. And I don't know if you guys remember, but at the end of the actual Walking Dead, the last couple of episodes, the infected were actually changing. They were, I don't want to say evolving, but they were, let's just say they were getting better as bad guys. The show still kind of was the same thing, but the zombies started to be able to climb. They were climbing up towers and stuff like that. They were figuring things out a little better. So if they end up doing that type of thing in this Norman Reedus show, that could be really good because it's new. Everything else is just the same. It's like I said, it's that formulaic rinse and repeat crap. So
no, you're right. Dead City just has enough just to keep you watching it, but not quite. And like we said, we love Negan. I like him as a character.
He's great.
What's his name? The guy that plays him.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yes, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He's great.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
But and what's her face?
Lauren Cohen.
Yeah, she's okay.
Yeah,
her character's okay, but you come from Egan.
I'm enjoying watching him try to. You see that he's not the asshole, and she thinks he is. He is what he needs to be, and I love the plot twist in the 6th episode.
Well, he is an asshole, though. Did you ever watch the one where it explains his backstory with his wife?
Yeah.
He cheats on her, she's dying, and all that stuff. And it's like, so he's always been an asshole as a person.
Yeah.
And that's great. because that just fits right in with him. The evolution of his character.
Yeah, and that's, I think, what this whole show is about. I think it's the evolution or the further evolution of his character, because he's always one sandwich away from being the bad guy again.
Yeah.
And it's all about what's going to happen to drive him down that lane to be, the bad guy again. And the thing is, he knows he was a bad guy, but he was actually being a bad guy for the right reasons.
Right.
So, I mean, he was still a sadistic son of a bitch. Don't get me wrong. He didn't need to be that way. But what he did was he really did bring people together. Again, not in the best way. But if he could do that in a way where he wasn't the evil bad guy, then he would have had a hell of a compound going.
Well, and you could tell when he talks about it that he misses it.
Yeah, he does.
He misses that. He's fighting with that,
Yeah, that's what this whole show is about. Is if you watch the end of The Walking Dead, Negan's no longer a bad guy. He was in prison forever. He got out, and then he was walking around. He was fighting with the characters, from The Walking Dead. And then that show ended. This one started, and it's going to be about. I think it's going to be about him making a choice. I think that's what's coming, and it's going to be that choice is: do I want to be who I want to be, or do I want to be who I should need to be?
It'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's going to be cool. So.
Well, if it ends with him being the ruler of an area, like New York, I'm the king of New York. That would be cool if it ended like that, because then he's back.
See, I got a feeling he's going to try to rule it, but not the same way he did his former territory. He's going to try to be less brutal. And you know who I really loved in that show too? I thought the actor was great. I can't think of his name. The marshal that was tracking him down.
Yeah, he was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
He's just another stooge. You think he's this super powerful guy, but he's not. He's just doing what he's told.
Yeah. And
I love the twist at the end of the 6th episode.
See, I haven't seen that episode yet.
Oh.
I haven't. I saw where he made that guy eat the key.
Yeah.
And then that Marshall had to get the key away from the guy later on.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty sadistic. What do you think of that guy? What do you think of that actor that plays the bad guy?
He's like a Hungarian guy or something.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good in everything he plays. He always plays either a dumbass or a bad guy.
Yeah, or like he was in Black Hawk Down. He's one of the dudes in the overhead helicopter calling the roads. Yeah.
He's. I think he's a great actor, and I think he plays pretty good in this. I think he's pretty good.
Yeah. And again, I love the way his character. You find out more about what his character is really like and who's in control. Yeah, I think it's well written. But you guys are both right. I mean, there's no zombies. The zombies are there. I'll throw a few in every episode.
Yeah. And it's a zombie show. Like you said, Rich, the first season, man, you were like, wow, zombies on TV, and they're terrifying.
Yeah. Makeup was great. Everything was new. Zombie around every corner, swarms here and there. Yeah, it was really scary.
I mean, what he did was huge. People would have Sunday watch parties.
Yeah.
They'd come over and watch, and
exactly.
And they just lost it. It just
they still do. They still have that. Still happens.
Yeah,
they're still doing that. What's the guy's name? Hardwick there. He's still
Chris Hardwick
on Sunday nights. But
Tully,
did you see Tully? He brought up a good point here. He says right now Black Summer might be the best zombie show in the last 5 years, and honestly, I agree with that. I think so. I wouldn't say a big fan, but I was a pretty decent fan of the show before Black Summer that spurned it. There was a sci-fi show. What the hell was it called?
What was it? It's the one with the zombie that could talk and
the Murphy. What the hell was the show? I can't remember. But anyway, it was okay. It was worth watching. They threw it was zombies all through it, and they threw in cool new stuff. Like the rolling ball zombie, the tornado zombie.
Yeah, that was
Nation.
Yes.
Yes.
That wasn't the best thing in the world, but it was good.
Yeah.
But this Black Summer was just pants shitting terror. The first season.
It's brutal.
It is. It really is. The second season kind of got away from that. It was still scary.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like the first season at all. And they're already signed up for a third season. At least I think they are.
Well, it's
hopefully that.
I've got to rewatch that. I saw the first season I really liked. I got to rewatch. Wasn't that thrilled with the second one?
Yeah, second season was good, but it wasn't
exactly.
They jumped around too much with the timeline.
And nobody was safe. I mean, nobody's safe in that.
That's the best thing about it.
Yeah.
Nobody is ever safe.
You're like, okay, he's the main character. Bam. Nope. Okay, she's the main character. Oh. Let's see if this little dog's the main character. Nope. I liked it too. I think it's good. It got a lot of crap reviews and a lot of people didn't like it, but a lot of people did like it.
Yeah.
Just because it was zombies, people being brutal to each other, not just in the Walking Dead sense, where it's, you got tribes of people, it was just on a basic level, like you by yourself trying to survive. You see this guy and you take his shit, that. It wasn't, any super villain really. Second season kind of had a group, but the second season was good, but I wanted the first season again, and they just didn't give it to us. But honestly, it's hard to do that. Yeah.
It's hard to garner that fear that came out of the first one, because it was really scary.
Yeah.
Well, when you
shut the door, Lance. Lance, shut the door.
I know. That was great. I love that. Lance was so stupid, and unfortunately, he didn't make it.
Yeah. He made it through the first season.
Now, Tully brings up a great point. Kingdom, the Korean, the one that took place in the medieval times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I love the fact that the twist on the zombies was really good.
Yeah, Max actually brought that up much further up.
Oh, sorry, Max, I didn't see it.
Oh, it's all good. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Tully, I'm sure Tully wants to talk about The Wolf of Snow Hollow, too.
Yeah, that's his favorite movie. We were just talking about that the other day, about how much he loves The Wolf of Snow Hollow. He loves that movie.
And you are welcome, Tully, for the introduction to that movie. But yeah,
it is almost 11 o'clock.
Oh,
so what do you guys got going on?
Go ahead, big man.
Nothing. Writing. Writing, Scott.
Okay, Rich.
I've got 3 stories going right now. I'm still doing the next in the Theory series. I have that vampire tank commander is actually coming away. It's pretty much I like where it is now. So I hated it for a while, gave it up, and now I sort of scrapped some stuff and went into it, and it's coming around. We are doing an anthology, a weird anthology. It's apocalyptic stories, and I have stories from. Right now, I have stories from myself. Stephen Landry submitted a story. It was actually really good. Alan does right there. I got a story from Max Crum. A gentleman, I don't know who he was. He actually contacted me through Facebook. And I know Bethany's writing a story. I got Sylvester, Joe Hansen, Hadley, the 2 of you guys. I know David Muga has submitted a story, and JB Havens has submitted a story, but I haven't seen either one of those yet. And I think Albert Mott has also submitted a story.
Wow.
So we got it going on. Yeah, we got 10 or 12 stories in there, and several of them I know are excellent writers. So I'm really excited about this. It could do very well.
Yeah. Mine's my wife's favorite subject. It's an alien invasion.
Excellent.
Yeah. She loves
thought outside the box on this one.
Yeah.
This one is different.
Good.
Yeah, I should have mine.
Zombies.
I should have mine finished up the first draft this weekend. So
awesome.
I'm halfway
and
through.
We don't know what we're doing next week on Watching Wyrd. I don't think we have anything planned yet for it. So
not yet. Are you gonna be available after that Bud Light shoot or what?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, yes. Then I got to go back to my job as Secretary of Education as asshole.
Oh, I thought you were Secretary of Defense.
Should we
But,
do the Twisted Metal?
Twisted Metal?
Yeah.
What?
Should we do Twisted Metal?
That's going to be one of the things we do. It's a series, right?
Yeah.
So we're doing Twisted Metal, the series, but we got to pick 2 movies.
Oh.
I think we have them, don't we? I think we have something down in the Google Docs somewhere.
We will let everybody know. As for me, it's up for pre-order. The Kindle version, my first techno thriller, The Breed of Deadliest Assassins, and on next weekend, August 4th, 5th, I'll be at the first annual Vermont Psychic Expo up in Montpelier.
Oh, I thought you were going to say at the Peppermint Hippo.
Oh no, that's my side job. That's my side job. So, all right. Thank you all for joining us. I hope it was worth your while. And for Hadley, night, y'all.
Good night, everyone.
Take it easy.
Pleasant dreams.
It was fun, guys. Thanks for coming.